everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, August 29th, 2018, 3 p.m. As we progress here, and as we become clearer about who we are, and accepting both sides of who we are, such as, let's take a look at your life experiences. A lot of people look at their life experiences from many different aspects, and instead of looking at it as each experience is a doorway to the divine. When you understand and begin to accept that all the traumas and the dramas in your past are all opportunities to experience higher levels of compassion. In other words, I talked about where you have some spirits come in just to teach us things. They may only be here for a couple of years, and then they're gone. They come into a body, and then they teach us things. And we experience, and a lot of us look at it as, traumatic challenges, and different situations. And everybody has had. I haven't come across anybody yet that in deep conversation where they haven't had traumatic experiences in their lives. And your higher self has placed these there to open your heart and broaden your awareness. Now, think about this. You come across, someone comes into your life that's, has physical disability, mental disability, something that really requires you to really, really be compassionate and caring and understanding when you've never really been. Think about that kind of a scenario where you really never have had to be that way. And all of a sudden, some people have a loved one in their family where all of a sudden falls ill, has a debilitating disease where they end up having to take care of that person, which they've never had to do before. They've never had to have that responsibility. But it teaches us things. So, it's interesting because we fear those things coming into our lives. I hope that doesn't happen to me, and blah, blah, blah. So, but if we look at things, and this kind of a challenge for some people, as a adventure, as a learning experience, I'm on another adventure. And the adventure is learning because you've never had that exposure before, at least not in this lifetime. So, as your life goes through, things happen, or some people are born with abnormalities. Some people are, it's across the board. There's so many different things, and then those of us who haven't had, which is I don't know of anybody yet who hasn't had challenges in their lives. Okay, and have been faced with having to overcome those challenges. And that's where it is so valuable, where it comes into for us to know ourselves. And all of it contains a blessing on some level. And even your most painful experiences, there's only one purpose. And that's to instigate another step towards a higher level of love. How many people that the terminology of broken heart is an open heart. The universe works constantly, and it's working to transform your life and spiritually awaken you in some way. Even the most difficult times that are filled with experience in life potentially contains enlightening epiphanies within them. If you look at quote-unquote karmic baggage you've been dragging around for lifetimes, and you wonder where some of this stuff comes from. And a lot of us carry through lifetimes a lot of built up experiences and everything that we hold inside. And sometimes we surprise ourselves because we can actually identify and says, well, that must have came from another life. And it's each experience in our lives is an opportunity to let in love and receive the healing that you need. And whatever triggers us is always a good pointer as to where we're still enslaved in an old fear-based pattern. That's the key. Fear-based pattern. And that construct is what we constantly work on, but a lot of us kind of try to ignore it. And it continually plagues us. The fear-based experience. And the experience is always, it's lurking, and we're worried, and we're stressing, and we're fearing. And most of the things that are sent to us are to help us let go of the fear. We hold on to it, but we don't know we're holding on to it. And we're actually here to learn how fun and easy it is to love, heal yourself, and truly be empowered in this life. And that's what we're doing. Not only ourselves, because as we do these meditations, we learn more and more and more about ourselves. And we assist humanity to help themselves awaken more and more and more. Of course, we're all humanity, but we literally help them become lifted up. And it helps. I guarantee you that when we do these meditations, it's affecting everybody on this planet in one way, shape, form, or another. And there are negatives. There are negatives. And when think about this, when you have emotional suffering, emotional stress and strife is always self-inflicted. And we do this to ourselves. Think about that. We often sometimes blame each other. We blame others for making us feel upset. But when you are with yourself in any situation, when you are connected with your higher self in any situation, you are peaceful and calm, and you have a loving relationship with yourself and your higher self, where these things are not upsetting you. You are content within. You are powerful within yourself. That's the whole purpose of our existence, is to combine our awareness in a peaceful, loving, calm existence. If you look throughout history, and you really dig, and you look at all of these humans at one time that were humans, that they call ascended masters, they all were in a position of peace, balance. Siddhartha, or Buddha, Maitreya, Kuan Yin, Lao Tzu, the Tao. All of these different people found the meaning to them of existence, meaning of life. And when we come into this life, think about this, we're constantly being challenged. In most cases, there are some exceptions where they're not, but in most cases, we're constantly being challenged. We're constantly having things thrown at us. So imagine this and understand that nobody can make you feel anything you do not want to feel. You always have a full choice in how you wish to respond. It's always up to you to choose to feel. And you work on responding from the highest place of compassion and love always. So this quote comes from Robert Adams. Only when you can understand yourself as all-pervading consciousness can you possibly understand that all the universe is an emanation of your mind. Everything that you see comes out of you. Everything that you see comes out of you. And that every negative reaction you have is like an SOS message the ego sends out to the universe. Desperate attempt from an inner child to find love, empowerment, or connection. You look inside and notice right now if you're carrying an emotional burden about something from the past. Right now. Carrying an emotional burden about something from the past. Could be an annoyance in your chest, a bit of fear, worry, anxiety. And it has a physical contraction when you think about it. Just feel it. Breathe into it and let it go. Feel it, breathe into it, and let it go. See, I talk about that, facing, walking through it. Turn, face it, walk through it. Walk towards it, acknowledge it, and walk through it. Most people walk away. Okay? So, the meditation for today is called self. Self. Okay? Knowing oneself. Releasing the fear. Embracing eternal love. And spreading it. So if you will, go into your area where you're not going to be interrupted. You're probably there now. Relax the body. What you want to do is find a time in your life where you felt you were relaxed from head to toe and relive it. Can't, create one for yourself and relax the body. Relax that spacesuit and begin to breathe. You want to breathe 3 to 6 times. You want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003. You're breathing in divine positive energy through your nose. This divine positive energy is eternal love, is self-awareness, is care, is compassion, is patience, is happiness, is joy, bliss, is wonderful health, good health, prosperity, abundance, wealth. As I say, these are all of the things that your higher self contains. Always. You're breathing that in. You're taking that from the prime source creator God, Father, Mother God. It's all coming in. It's all saturating you. You can feel it. It's like a breath of fresh air. You exhale, you're exhaling like the fears that you walk through. You face them, you acknowledge them, you walk through them, and they disappear. And that's what leaves you. These are things, baggage, things that you keep hanging on to that you don't need to. They serve really no purpose. Anything that keeps you in fear, there's no purpose there. But that's expelled. So you're relaxed, infused with a much higher vibrational frequency. You go in through the heart center. You go deep. That's the heart mind. You go deep, deep, and deeper. You start feeling more and more peace. Come to an area where you see golden, white, pink light, purple transmitting flame. You see it flickering, glowing, and humming. It's giving off a real warm glow, and it's eternal love, saturating you from head to toe. You're buoyant. You're just about floating. As you turn and see your higher self, you immediately combine with your higher self, become one. Everyone's in communication with their higher self. You then, at this point, are peaceful, relaxed, calm, and we all, arm in arm, hand in hand, begin to float up above the planet. As we're floating up, we call in all light beings from all of the galaxies, all of the universes, our own solar system, who are of love and from love, to join us in this meditation. We call upon the archangels, the seraphim, the cherubim, call upon inner earth, hollow earth. We call upon ascended masters. We call upon the fairies and the sprites. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed over. All of these light beings that are of love and from love to join us in this meditation. We feel them come in. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we float up and float up and float up. We see our meditative sphere flickering, glowing, golden, white, pink light, purple transmuting flame, little flecks of green light healing, and all of our meditations housed in perpetual motion in this sphere, protected by eternal love. We begin to feel warm rain, golden, white, pink light, purple transmuting flames start saturating our crown, the top of our heads. We feel it warm and just totally relaxing, just where you just fall, drop it, you're floating, and it comes over your face, through your shoulders, down your chest, your back, all the way, your arms, your hands, your fingers, all the way down to your toes. It is a blissful feeling. You feel yourself vibrating, your higher self, yourself. You feel a knowing, a contentment, an opening of understanding, of peace and joy and prosperity. You feel contentment as the door opens to yourself, your awareness. You become much more aware of self. And as you're doing this, you become confident. Your confidence rises. We're not talking about ego confidence. We're talking about your spiritual confidence rises. And as you're doing this, you're able to spread this energy in contact from your higher self to all of the inhabitants of planet Earth. And this wave that comes out in the form of waves of golden, white, pink light rain and purple transmuting flame comes out in flecks of green healing light, literally penetrating all inhabitants of planet Earth so that they have an open door that they can walk through and understand their self and communicate with their higher self. So they begin to understand and comprehend who they are and how content they are and how peaceful and loving and abundant and prosperous. And the fears dissipate. When you replace fear with love, fear stands no chance. When you replace fear with love, fear stands no chance. So witnessing all of this and continually see the waves of rain come out, saturate warmly with compassion, with eternal love, And everybody's encased in a bubble, a sphere of eternal love from Prime Source Creator God. Totally protected. Only eternal love can penetrate those spheres of all inhabitants of planet Earth. So I will join you in the meditation, and I'll be back to close us out. the grounding and the calmness that feel and experience. And remember that, as you expand, moving more and more towards becoming a true spiritual master of yourself, of you. And you literally, by being calm, by letting things that, bad comments, negative comments coming at you or whatever in the course of a day, relationships, interactions, imagine letting that just flow off of you and not affect you. And instead of, winning an argument or a situation, you're winning someone's heart every day by your compassion, by your understanding, by your patience, by your peace, by your eternal love. All of these things that you begin to practice automatically, and that you start understanding what your ego is, start understanding what your mind is, start comprehending these things. And you'll watch as you begin to, piece by piece, gain bliss and harmony, and more of it as the time goes by. So you'll have longer and longer periods of harmony with yourself, of being at peace, of not feeling fear, of not being stressed all the time, not living in anxiety, questioning yourself all the time, and embracing you, and understanding that you're good, you're okay, always have been. It's just the superficial things that come into play that affect us because of our ego, our 3D egos coming in. And remember, the ego is never going to be satisfied, ever, ever, ever. No matter what, that ego is never going to be satisfied. It's always going to want. So you make this differentiate, this difference, this understanding, and comprehend it. And it'll literally, I guess, for better use of words, it'll set you free permanently. And imagine that as it grows and as it expands out to humanity, what changes? All these things that people look for to, why isn't this changed? And why isn't this happening? They said this was going to happen. They said that was going to happen. And then it feeds you, the ego feeds you, and you become more and more stressed, more and more anxiety-filled, more and more angry, more and more combative, and basically disheveled, separated from yourself. And that just feeds it. And again, you're back into that same process that we all are in. We all get in. The woe is me is what's going to happen, the fear, the doom, and the gloom. And we are the ones who can set that free. Set it free. So remember, tonight we're going to have a Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to cover some interesting items that are going to come up. It's interesting. I've made some calls to people. They don't recognize my phone number, and so they don't answer their phones. So I allot the time to try to get them. And, that's, it's funny because they go, I wish you could call. And when I do call, 9 times out of 10, I don't reach anybody. So, the area code is 970. I'm going to have to tell people to, keep your eyes open because I allot that time and to share with people and to help them. So, anyway, I wish for each and every one of you, through Prime Source Creator God, Father, Mother God, and the energies, the light energies of the universe, to send you total, complete, wonderful, good health, and total complete prosperity, total complete abundance, total complete peace, total complete prosperity, total and complete wealth, total complete happiness, total and complete peace, total and complete joy. The rest of this day into tonight, we'll see you tonight, and we will be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thursday, August 30th, 2018.